All right, so to solve these equations, we must pick one of them and make x subject of the formula. So here, I'm going to get the one which is right here and say x minus 3y plus 2z is equal to negative 8. I now make x subject of the formula. So it will be x is equal to 3y plus minus 2z minus 8. So I've made x subject of the formula. So the next thing will be to substitute this here and here. So we're going to say 2 open bracket 3y minus 2z minus 8 plus 3y plus z is equal to 17. So if you can see nicely, I've just substituted. I've gotten this right here and put it where x is. So you distribute now these two, get rid of the brackets. We have 6y minus 4z minus 16 plus 3y plus z is equal to 17. All right. So the next thing here will be to now group the like terms and simplify. So 6y and 3y will give us 9y. Negative 4z and z will give us negative 3z is equal to 17 and negative 16 will give us 33, because this 16 will come this side and it will be added to 17 and we shall get 33. So now the next thing here will be to reduce the numbers, because here 3 can go into 9, 3 can go into negative 3 and into 33. So we divide throughout by 3. So here and here we shall get a 3y, okay, minus z is equal to 11. Because this into this, it will be 11. This into this, it will be this. So we shall call this as our equation 1. All right, so now we go to equation 2, or we try to work out equation 2. So now this time around, we will substitute right here. We substituted here, now it will be here. So we shall have 5, open bracket, 3y minus 2z minus 8 minus 2y plus 3z is equal to 5. So just substitute this x right here, put it where x is here, okay? And you work it out. So you copy this and this and this. This is what I've copied. The next thing will just be to get rid of the brackets. We shall have 15y minus 10z minus 40 minus 2y plus 3z is equal to 5. Okay. So after doing this, we group the like terms. This and this will give us 13y. Okay. This and this will give us negative 7z is equal to 45, because negative 40 and 5 will give us 45. So we shall call this as our equation 2. So now it's the duty, or it's our duty now to solve the simultaneous equations, or solve these two equations simultaneously. So we've got 3y minus z is equal to 11, and 13y minus 7z is equal to 45. So now we solve these two simultaneously. All right, so how do we solve them simultaneously? You can solve by substitution or elimination method. So I'm going to use elimination method. So here we shall get a 7. So put a negative and a 1. So what have I done? I've just gotten this negative 7, put it here, okay? And here, the coefficient which is here is a negative 1. So write it here and it should be positive 1. So now start multiplying. Negative 7 by 3y, it will be negative 21y minus, plus, this will give us plus 7 z is equal to negative 77. So I guess you know what we've gotten. We just multiply this by this, this by this, by this, just like that. Here we shall have the 13 minus 7z is equal to 45. So you put a line down here like this, and then you start adding. Here, what are we getting when we add these two? We're getting 8, negative 8, y. Here we cancel is equal to, here we shall get negative 32. When we say negative 77 plus 45, we say over negative 8 over negative 8, okay? Here, you remain with y is equal to a 2. Negative and negative will cancel. 8 into 32, it's a 2. And this is our y value. So now that you found the y value, to find the x value, we can come right here. We get either this or this. Hopefully able to see. We can get either equation 1 or equation 2. We solve for x. So let me go with equation 1, which is 3y minus z is equal to 11. So now I'll substitute. My y is a 2. So I'm going to put a 2 here. We just found the y value to be equal to 2 right here. So I'll substitute the y value here. I'm solving for z. So this will be 6 minus z is equal to 11. So to solve for z, we group the like terms. So this is how it will be. Right here, z is equal to 11 minus 6. Negative z is equal to 5, positive 5. You divide by negative 1 so that we get rid of the negative sign. We shall have z is equal to 5. So the value of z is 5. All right. So now we've managed to find the value of y. Okay, we've managed to find the value of y. So z, let me say y is equal to 2 and z is equal to 5, negative 5. And we want to solve now for x. So we can get any of the equations. I'll get this one. So I'll say x minus 3y plus 2z is equal to negative 8. X is equal to negative 8 plus 3y minus 2z. Okay. X is equal to negative 8 plus 3, y there it's a 2, minus a 2 there, and negative 5 here. So you solve for x. X will be equal to, here, negative 8 plus 6 plus 10. Okay. This is 6, and for this we'll get a positive 10. So here, x will be equal to 8. The value of x will be equal to 8. Because here, this minus this is a 2, 2 plus or negative 8 plus 6, it's a negative 2. Negative 2 plus 10, it will be 8. So the value of x is 8. Okay, so for question 2a here, the first thing must be to put this quadratic inequality in a standard form. So it will be 3u power 2 8u minus 3 less than 0. So now it's in a standard form. Our next job is to solve, okay, to solve for u. So we are going to solve this by factorization method. So we shall have a 3 here, u power 2 minus 9u plus u minus 3 less than 0. So we shall factor out what is common here. So 3u shall remain with a u minus a 3 here. Then we say plus. Here it's a 1 which is common, shall remain with u minus 3 less than a 0. Okay. So the next thing here will be to get 3u plus 1, and then u minus 3 there less than a 0. We are solving for u. 3u plus 1 less than 0, or u minus 3 less than a 0. So here u is less than negative 1 over a 3. So it's one of the solutions. The other solution, u is less than a 3. So I've got these two solutions. The next thing will be to do the testing. So how do you do the testing? You just make your line like this, okay? Number line. So here we shall put the smallest value here, which is negative 1 over 3. Here a 3. And then here we can pick any number that is less than 1, negative 1 over 3. So I'm going to pick negative 1 because negative 1 is less than negative 1 over 3. Here, any number between negative 1 over 3 and a 3, which in my case I'll pick a 0 because it's in between. You can pick any number. Here I'll get a 4. Any number that is bigger than a 3. Thereafter, we start testing now. This is what we call testing. So we want to find at which point the solutions lie. So we start with this, plug it where u is, here and here. You solve and see the solution that you're getting. So if we put negative 1 here, we shall have 3 minus 1 inside the brackets there, power 2 minus 8, open bracket, negative 1 there, minus 3. What answer are we getting? We're getting 8. So here it's giving us 8. If we plug this, it's giving us 8. So this is not a solution because 8 is not less than 0. We come to 0, we put 0 here and 0 here, we shall get a negative 3. The answer here will be negative 3. Of course, negative 3 is less than a 0. So this is where the solution is. We can also try 4. We put 4 here. So we shall have 3 open bracket, 4 power 2 minus 8 open, 4 minus 3. We're getting a 13. And a 13 is not less than a 0 here. So the solution will be we're dealing with u must be greater, okay? U must be greater than negative 1 over 3. This is u here, must be greater, going this way. And u must be less than a 3. So from here, going this way, the solution is found right here. So these are the two solutions, okay? We test it. If you write them like this, you might get your answer wrong. Your answer somehow wrong. So here, if you can see, this one would have been wrong because it must be greater. If we say less, it will be wrong. Okay. So after doing that, you can keep these answers, or if you don't want to present your answers like this, you can write your answer like this, because this is the intersection. You are allowed to write your answer like this. So whichever style you want. If you want, you can write them in this form or this form. It's all fine. All right, so to write this expression right here in this form, we say equal to get what you've been given there. All right, so the next thing here will be to just factor out -3. So -3 outside here shall remain with what we have here. Here we shall remain with the -8 and then close. -3 minus 38. So this whole idea here is what we call completing the square method. Okay, so the next thing here will be to just introduce, okay, introduce or to divide what is here by 2. So we're going to write x minus 4 power 2 minus 3 or 38. So here, I guess you can get an idea of what I've done here. This power will come here, and then whatever coefficient is here divided by 2. The next thing will be to write it in this form. So the power, I mean the number that is right here must be squared. So you say -4 squared. It will give you 16. Okay, it will be a 16. So now that 16 subtracted from this. So -16. Okay, I guess you're following the steps. The next thing, after you've done this, the next thing will be to subtract, to multiply. If you're able to see nicely, this side is being multiplied by this -1 is attached to this. So we have to multiply -3, not -1, -3. We have to multiply it by everything that is here. So the same thing must be done this side. You multiply by -3. Okay, you see? So make sure you follow all these steps nicely. Copy right here. We clean up. Here we are getting a +48. The next thing here will just be to clean up. So this is what we have. This is what we have. So our A will be a -3, B will be equal to -4, C will be equal to 10. So these are the solutions. Now to find coordinates of the turning point, we just look at what we have. So we're going to say turning point will be equal to, here we shall just get the x value here. What is the x value? It's a 4. And the y value is a 10. So for the x value, in case you don't know, you just get what is inside here. So we have x minus 4 equated to 0 and solve. You shall find that your x value is a 4. And this is the turning point, or these are the coordinates of the turning point.